there everybody, it's Mike Langgrave from Go Websites here. In today's video I'd like to talk to you about the question, is my website mobile friendly? Now yes, mine is, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. This is a question that we get asked all the time. Now I'm going to show you how you can check this really easily in a moment. But first I'd like to quickly recap on what mobile friendly web design means and why it matters to your business. Now if you use a smartphone to browse the internet at any stage, I'm sure at some time you've experienced the frustration of trying to look at a website only for it to load slowly or for the writing to be too small to read, because pinching and zooming in an attempt to read the page becomes very difficult even for the most advanced users. So mobile friendly is the term used for websites that can be viewed on whatever device, particularly on smartphones or tablets. So mobile friendly can mean anything from text is big enough to read, that the buttons are big enough to press with your thumbs, you can swipe and slide to reveal new content, and pages load quickly. Now Google loves a mobile friendly website. Now aside from creating an enjoyable experience for your visitors and having a mobile friendly website, you're actually recommended now by Google to have a mobile friendly website. So this means that if your website doesn't work properly on these devices, then unfortunately you may be penalised and have your website actually pushed further down the Google search engine rankings. So how can we check? That's what we're here for. Quick and simple. Now there's three ways that we can check. The first one of those is quite simply to load it up on a smartphone. If you have one, check it out. If the writing's easy enough to read, then chances are it's mobile friendly. If it is too small to read and you're pinching and zooming like we said before, then unfortunately it might not be mobile friendly. If you don't have a smartphone, don't worry. Number two, we can check it on a desktop browser. This is the home page for Go Websites. Now what I'm going to do is very quickly show you how you can test if your website is mobile friendly if you don't actually have a smartphone. So if you can see the mouse here, now just before I start, I'm using a Mac and I'm using Google Chrome, but this will work with other browsers and on Windows as well. So if you get the mouse and you go right to the right hand side of the screen, you'll just see the icon change. Now if you hold down and drag the screen in, you can see here it's gone from a full view, and the smaller that the width of the screen gets, you can see how the content just shuffles around there. So by the time you get right down to mobile, it's still perfectly readable. You click on the icon here and that'll open the navigation. So now we've learned how we can check it on a desktop, and the third and the final way that I've got here for you today is to check it on Google's mobile friendly tool. Now what this is, and it's always worth double checking, Google will tell you whether it's mobile friendly by its own standards, which is certainly worthwhile verifying, particularly when your search rankings could be at risk. Right, so now to use the Google mobile checker, simply head along to Google, type in something along the lines of Google mobile tool test, something along those lines. There we go, it's the first result. So we've got the mobile friendly tool test here. So if you just click onto that, and you'll see what it does is gives you the option to put in your website address. So I'll just type in gowebsites.co.uk and hit analyze. So that runs a very quick test, and it'll actually come back and tell you whether, according to Google's guidelines, that your website is mobile friendly. Awesome, this page is mobile friendly. And if you scroll down, you'll see exactly what it looks like when it's being viewed on a mobile device. So what can you do? So let's say, unfortunately, if it isn't mobile friendly, then it might be worth starting to think about some future planning for some development. Responsive websites, like I mentioned, you can see the websites like our one is that adjusts as you change the size of the screen, are certainly the best way to ensure that your website is compatible with devices that exist today and also tomorrow. And if you're still unsure and you would like some advice regarding upgrading your website, then please feel free to give us a shout. We're more than happy and we'll help you completely free of charge. Thanks for your time, and I'll speak to you soon.
Let's go!